guys, so today I am so excited to be filming for you a different type of video here on my channel. As you can tell from the title, this is 50 random facts about me. I was asked to do this video a couple weeks ago and I thought it'd be kind of fun to go ahead and share with you guys 50 facts about me so you can get to know me a little bit better and know how crazy I am at times. Not really crazy, but some of these things you're gonna be like what? So it took me a while, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a couple days to go ahead and think of 50 facts because I think I'm funny. I think I'm likable. I think people like to be around me. I think I'm a little bit interesting, but to think of 50 facts was very hard for me. I'm not gonna lie at all. So like I said, it took me a couple of days, but I finally got 50 facts down for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you 50 random facts about me. Let's go. I was born on July 8th, which is 7/8, and I was 7 pounds, 8 ounces. I know, I'm pretty special. I am extremely allergic to cats. I'm pretty much allergic to everything because it can be the dead of winter with a blizzard and hail and everything, and I still am in the house sneezing 50,000 times. I am so allergic to so many things, but cats is probably the number one thing I'm allergic to. Every time I'm around a cat, like I can't touch anything. I can't touch my eyes. I can't touch my face because if I do, I start to get all red and blotchy and I have a hard time breathing and my eyes get huge and red and disgusting, and then I have to come home and shower and I still look like a mess. The first plane trip that I ever took was to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Technically it was to Dallas, Texas, but the final destination was to Tulsa. So Tulsa, Oklahoma was my first plane trip. One place that I would love to go to is London, England, which I know I probably will go there one day. The second would be Bora Bora, which I would love to go to Bora Bora, but it's kind of far away, isn't it? So here's to hoping. I have seen the band Hanson 26 times in concert, which for a normal person, that's a lot. And I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, what? Hanson, yes. First of all, Hanson, the Mbop people. Taylor Hanson will always have my heart. But for a Hanson fan, 26 is probably not that much. I'm sure there are Hanson fans that have probably seen them hundreds, maybe even thousands of times. And in general, Hanson fans, let me tell you, you do not want to mess with Hanson fans because number one, we are die-hard Hanson fans. And I remember my sister and I, you know, we've been to so many concerts. I can't even tell you the amount of hours my sister and I have stood in line to see Hanson because the majority of the places, there's no seating, so you have to stand in line to get to the front. I can't even, it has to be hundreds of hours. And I remember one concert in particular, my sister and I stood outside, had to be like 10 hours to see them. And we got to the front, we were in the front row. And I remember during the concert, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went, my sister stayed in the front, and trying to get out, it was fine. But to get back to my spot, you would have thought that I had murdered someone the way people were looking at me. I was trying to get to the front by my sister. I don't know how many times I got hit checked and thrown across because people are like, no, you are not getting in front of me. And I'm like, girl, I was in the front. So I remember I finally had to like put my hands in the air. And so thankfully my sister turned around and saw me and she pulled me forward because people would not let me go through. So Hanson fans, they're crazy, they're die hard, but they're the best. My favorite TV shows are I Love Lucy, Nikita, and Friends. 3 shows that are no longer on the air, so I have to watch them on DVD for the rest of my life. I don't have one favorite movie, I have 2. My first one being Moulin Rouge with Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor. I know every single word to that movie, every single song, every single movement. I know when Nicole Kidman goes from one side of the room to the other. I know every single thing about that movie. I'm not even kidding. It has to be close to 1,000,000 times I've seen that film. I'm not even exaggerating. So that's one of my favorites. And then the second tie would be any of the Fast and Furious movies except for the third one because Paul Walker wasn't in it, so what's the point of seeing the third one? So I have technically 6 favorite movies: Moulin Rouge, Fast and Furious 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then of course the 7th. I was actually going to be named either Brittany, Sarah, or Jessica. But I love my name Ashley. No hate towards Brittany, Sarah, or Jessica, but I feel like I'm an Ashley. My two biggest pet peeves in this world both have to do with driving. Number one being when someone is turning and they have their blinker on and then they get in the lane and they still have their blinker on, so it's like they're turning around the world, drives me crazy. But the second one, oh my God, it happened to me the other day and I was just freaking out. My second one, which would probably be my biggest pet peeve, is when you are driving and there's someone on the side road, they're gonna turn, which is the point of driving. You turn to get to something. They turn at the last possible second for you to slam on your brakes before you get into an accident. So you hit the brakes, they turn, okay, that's fine, understandable. But then, see, I'm getting angry, I'm getting really angry. But then they proceed to make the next right or left. But to make it even worse, then you look in your rearview mirror and you look behind you and there's not a person there. Like you couldn't have waited 5 more seconds for me to pass you and you could have done that. Like, come on, people. My favorite color is purple, yet I only own one purple shirt. When you meet me for the first time, which you probably won't believe because of the way this video's been going, when you meet me for the first time, I'm actually really shy until you get to know me, and I am very loud. I still have every single card and note and present that I ever received from my past boyfriends and crushes. Is that weird? Should I throw them out? You think I should? I don't like telling people no, and I hate disappointing people, and I am probably the biggest people pleaser in the world. When I was younger, I danced for 13 years. I also played a couple sports. I played soccer, tennis, lacrosse, and softball. I actually only played soccer though for 1 game. I went to every single practice, but the first game that I was in, being that I'm such a people pleaser, I was so excited. I was running, I was doing whatever. And then the coach on the sideline started to yell at me for whatever reason. And I stood in the middle of the field and I broke down crying because I felt like I had done something wrong. So I walked off the field, got in mom's car, and I went home, and I never went to another soccer game. I get extremely cold after I eat. You would think it would be the opposite, where when you eat, you're putting fuel in your body and you get really hot. For me, I'm the opposite, and I get so cold and I get goosebumps, and it's really weird. When I was younger, I was obsessed with Beauty and the Beast. I loved Belle and I thought I was like her. And so I wanted to have Beauty and the Beast all in my room. So my mom and dad found this wallpaper and it had the roses all over it. So they put it on my wall, and then my mom found this Beauty and the Beast decal where it was Beast and then Belle. And so she put it over my bed, next to my wall over my bed. And the first night that I had it up, I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked up and I saw the Beast's face, and I went into my mom's room screaming, crying. And so from then on, my mom had to put a piece of paper over the Beast's face because I could not sleep in my room. I'm sorry for that, Mom, that you did all that work and then I did that. I have this really weird blonde streak in the back of my head. It is so weird. I don't know why I have that. And like I said, I color my hair, the ends of my hair, and it does not take color. I cannot dye it. I can't do anything to it. It's just always gonna be there. I actually have a little one over here somewhere on my head too, but that one is, it's so weird, isn't it? The one whole wall in my bedroom right now, I have stenciled with Hanson lyrics. I did it when I was in high school, and it took me, I think, about 2 months to do it. I came home every day from school, and I went in my room, and I got my dad's level laser pointer. I put it against the wall, and I would take a big stencil of letters, and I would go ahead and pencil and do the line that I wanted, and then I would go back with my stencil brush and my stencil paint, and I would go ahead and do every single letter. My 2 favorite foods are probably salmon and salads. Salads, I seriously, truly love salads. Like, it's not just because I'm eating them because of like weight or anything like that. I truly love salads. My favorite salad ever is the one from Joe's American Bar and Grill. It's the Cobb salad. Oh God. I could eat that every day for the rest of my life. It is such a good salad. I can't even, like, I need it right now, actually. My dog Penny was named after a Hanson song named Penny and Me. When I was younger, I loved Barney. I used to watch it every single day. My favorite character was Baby Bop. And so for Halloween one year, I told my mom, all I want to be was Baby Bop, Baby Bop, Baby Bop, Baby Bop, Baby Bop, Baby Bop. So my mom went and got me this Baby Bop costume, and I was so excited. But then the day of Halloween, I woke up and my mom was like, all right, let's go ahead, let's put on your costume. And I was like, no, I'm not putting that costume on. And I was crying and everything. So then my mom... So then when I went out trick-or-treating, everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, what is Ashley? And I had on a little raincoat, and whenever people would ask what I was for Halloween, my mom would be like, oh, she's a little girl in a raincoat. I'm sorry, Mom. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I love candy, but I hate jelly beans, because one time my sister, when we were younger, we were in the back seat of our car, we were both in our seats and my mom was driving, and my sister had jelly beans, and my mom looked back and said, Michelle, don't you give her any of those jelly beans, please. And she said all she saw was this little hand go across, and I started to throw up all over the place, and my sister gave me a black jelly bean. I have never had a jelly bean ever again. I am the biggest klutz in the world. Like, every single day, I seriously bump into something or I drop something. I drop my phone. I one time dropped my camera lens and I broke it. I'm seriously the biggest klutz in the world. One of the best days of my life was this last April, when on April 3rd, which coincidentally was the day that Fast and Furious 7 came out. Just a little fact. My sister got my mom, my dad, myself, and her tickets to go see Billy Joel. And so we went and we saw him, and the opening act was Gavin DeGraw, and Gavin is one of my favorite artists of all time. And so even though I was excited to go see Billy Joel, because Billy Joel is legendary, I was more excited, just a little bit more excited, to go see Gavin DeGraw. And so being that the older generation, is that bad? Oh my God, did I just lose followers? Being that they did not really know too many Gavin DeGraw songs, my sister and I went in the front row, and Gavin was right in front of me. He was singing, blah, blah, blah. And then in the middle of his show, he did a cover of Hall & Oates' Rich Girl, which, again, thank you, Mom, for teaching me every single Hall & Oates song ever written, because I love Hall & Oates, and Rich Girl is one of my favorite Hall & Oates songs. When he started singing Rich Girl, I looked over at my sister and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening. He proceeded to walk towards the end of the stage, jumped off, and walked right up to me, and we sang Hall & Oates' Rich Girl to each other. Like, I seriously felt like I had died and gone to heaven. It was the best moment of my life. I remember I went back to my seat. My mom was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was just like, I don't know. Because in that moment, I was just looking into Gavin's eyes. There could have been God knows what going on around me. I was just looking at Gavin DeGraw. I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the world. The next fact is I have no solid, concrete evidence, photographic evidence, that ever happened. I have one Snapchat video that the girl next to me took, which I thank God every single day for that girl. But you know Snapchat, when you send it to somebody, it's really blurry, it's really grainy. Snapchat is only 10 seconds. So she got Gavin walking up to me, and you see me for like 0.5 seconds, and then it goes back to Gavin. I still have it on video, and every time that I watch it, I get so happy, but I don't have a picture. I don't have a high definition video of it, and it's something that still to this day drives me crazy. Can you two stop? I'm filming. I like to read books, but I only like to read biographies. I don't know if it's because, like, while I'm reading fictional things, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this isn't real. Like, this isn't real. This isn't believable. I have to sleep with a fan on in my room. I don't know what it is. I can't do like one of those white noise machines because I know it's a machine in the back of my head, but I always have to have a fan on. One time when I was shopping with my mom at the mall, it was like, I would say 3 years ago, we were at the mall, and the mall that we went to, we were walking down the one staircase that was like in the center of the mall where the most traffic is and where the most people are. You know, there's Starbucks and Macy's and this and that, everything. Everyone stands in this place, and my mom and I were walking down the stairs, and I fell down the whole flight of stairs. My mom kept walking like she pretended she didn't know me. December 2013, which was 2 years ago to this day, I got so sick. It was probably the worst time of my life. Called my mom, like, Mom, I have to go to the doctor. Went to the doctor, had 104-degree fever, and all the other stuff. Long story short, doctor told me I had the flu. I went through that for about a week and I started to get better. Then the following week, I had the stomach flu, which was horrific because I was starving. I was so hungry. But when I ate, I felt horrible. So when I ate, I felt horrible. But then when I wasn't eating, I felt horrible. So it was like a lose-lose situation. So I went through that for a week, started to get better, was so excited because Christmas was like 2 days away. I was like, yes, I'm feeling better for Christmas. Christmas morning, I woke up, my throat was, it was like, I can't even describe it to you. Every time I would swallow, which you don't really think about when you swallow, every time you talk or eat or drink or whatever you swallow, every time I would swallow, it felt like a knife was like jabbing me in the throat. I was on medicine for 2 weeks straight, which was the worst medicine ever. It was so bitter. It was like a horse pill. It was horrible. Ugh. Oh, and then besides that, I was bringing Coco downstairs, our one dog. She would wake me up at 5:30 every single morning. And you know, it was pitch dark in my house. My first thought was always to get her outside as fast as possible so she could go to the bathroom. And so I was coming down our stairs, and the stairs that we have here, there's like molding going down either side of the stairs. And so I was walking down with her, Coco being 60 pounds, carrying her down the stairs. And I thought that I was at the last step. And obviously I wasn't. So when I stepped down, I like slammed my foot down so hard and it like killed me. But my first thought was I need to get Coco outside. When I got in the house, I like collapsed. I took my boot off. My whole sock, my whole boot was filled with blood. I had taken the whole bottom of my heel, the skin and everything. I had just, I'm sorry, did I just lose some followers? I'm sorry. So on top of being sick for 2 months straight, I then had to deal with not being able to walk on my one heel, and I had to then take care of 4 dogs by myself at home while sick, and then I had my heel situation. So yeah, it was just like a lot of fun. I really do love the summer because my birthday's in the summer, but I prefer the fall and winter because in the summertime, though I love it, I hate being hot. Like I freak out when I'm really hot. Like I will do my hair, my makeup, everything, and then I'll go outside and then I'm just like there's no point in like trying to make yourself look presentable. I love coffee, you guys know this. I have coffee every day before I do my makeup, but I don't like Starbucks. I feel like Starbucks is too strong for me, but I do love Dunkin' Donuts. And the coffee that I get at Dunkin' Donuts, I usually get a blueberry, iced or hot depending on the season. So right now, since it's winter, I would get a hot blueberry coffee, light and sweet. Get it, it will change your life. I was born at 4:04 in the morning. Okay, this one is this one is really weird. Every time when I was younger, I was probably like between the ages of 5 and like 9, every time I would go out to eat, I would steal the butter packets from the table, and I would put them under the tablecloth and like pretend that no one saw me. And I would just take a thing and just eat it. And then I like was obsessed with eating the butter packets. That is really weird. That is really, oh my God. I'm a big believer in the fact that everything happens for a reason, but there are still moments in my life that have happened in the past that today I don't know what the reason is. My first love and my first crush were both named John, though they were 2 different people. So I guess I have a thing for Johns. I am not a morning person at all. Like I am very nice throughout the day, but when it comes to being in the morning, no, you cannot talk to me for at least 15 minutes after I've woken up, because if you talk to me during that 15-minute, 10-minute period, I cannot control what comes out of my mouth. I'm probably a little nasty, a little grumpy because I'm awake, so I need at least 10 to 15 minutes to wake up. At one time, I actually thought I was going to go to culinary school, and then I found my love for makeup, and everything changed. I'm not really a big shoe person. I love shoes, and I have like my favorites that I wear constantly, but I know a lot of people, like, they have huge things of shoes. Like, that would be a dream of mine to have, but I'm not a big shoe person. Like, I don't need to have like 50 pair of shoes. Is that weird? Does that not make me a girl? I have never been to Disneyland, but I have been to Hershey Park 4 times. I am 50% Russian and 50% French. Every Wednesday night in my house, it is pizza party night, where I make homemade pizza, homemade crust, I bake chicken, I do pizza sauce, I do mozzarella cheese on top. We do pizza night every single Wednesday. Penny and Savannah love it because they get the crust. And we always watch one of my favorite shows, which I actually should have probably put in my favorite shows fact, which is Homicide Hunter Joe Kenda. I love Joe Kenda. I can't. He's like such an amazing person. I love Joe Kenda. I love lace so much, hence my shirt. I have so many pieces of lace clothing in my closet. I can't even, like, I seriously have like a million black lace shirts, but I will continue to buy black lace shirts because I don't know why. I just have so many lace shirts and dresses and everything, but I just love them. They're so classic and timeless. One time, my neighbors, actually we were on vacation. It was when we were really young, and they wanted us to watch their hamsters. So we watched their hamsters, and it was my sister and I, we were sitting in my sister's room, and no, it was actually my room, and I wanted to play with the hamster so bad, but I was so nervous to put my hand in to get it. So I looked over at my sister, I'm like, Michelle, can you get like the hamster out for me? Like, I wanna see it. So she grabbed in to get the hamster, and he bit her finger, and then we had to go to the emergency room. All right, another bonus fact, if you will. My camera has been a real pain in the you-know-what today, and this is the 3rd time I'm trying to finish this. So that's why it's now pitch dark and nothing now looks the same. So thank you, camera, for being so easy to work with today. But one moment that could have been the most embarrassing moment, but I'm telling you that it was embarrassing because now that I think of it, it actually is a bit embarrassing that that happened. I was talking about it the other day with my friend Christina. I've talked about her, I've said her name in like a few of my videos. She came over recently because I was doing makeup on her, and we were talking about, we've known each other since we were in like 5th or 6th grade, so we were like 12. So we've been friends for going on 13 years. That is love, Christina. I love you. The dress that I wore to junior prom, and it was this nice flowy silver dress. The bottom was nice and flowy, but the top of it was heavy because it had jewels on it. So anyway, we were at junior prom, and we were all dancing in a circle, me, Christina, and all of our friends, and we were dancing probably with other people and their dates and things like that. So we were dancing, and we were in the middle of whatever song it was. The clip to the top of my dress came undone, and I am so thankful, again, for the girl that taped Gavin DeGraw, but I'm also extremely thankful every day of my life for Christina, because if she was not standing in front of me when we were dancing, as the dress was falling down, she quickly grabbed forward and pushed the dress back onto me, because if Christina did not do that, I would have flashed the whole entire class, and that would have been the most embarrassing moment of my life. If I could go back to one day in my childhood, it would probably be any Sunday. Every weekend, my sister and I would go and stay at my grandparents' house, and on Sunday we would go to church, and then everyone would go back to the house, and we would have Sunday dinner together. And those Sunday dinners are so memorable because it was all of us as a family, and I think that if I could go back in time, I would go to any Sunday that was a part of my childhood. My great-grandmother, I used to call her Nana. Nana, love Nana. She was like the best, most sweetest, nicest, most sweetest little person in the whole world. Unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. But whenever I would go on the weekends to my grandparents' house, she would always, right before I left, she would always like call us into her room, and she would always slip me and my sister like $10 or $20. And the last time that I ever saw her, she slipped me $40, and then she passed away kind of right after that. And I still have that $40. I have it in a wallet. It's in a drawer, in a desk somewhere in my house, and I still have not spent that $40. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I realized how weird and crazy I am. So, yep. I really love doing this kind of video. It was really fun to kind of do something different than doing makeup. And yeah, I really did love it. So I hope you guys loved it as well. If you guys have any other non-makeup related videos you want me, maybe, let me know in the comments down below. I really loved doing this video, so I think it would be really fun to go ahead and do another kind of video like this or something that's similar. I think that'd be really fun. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to, leave me a fact about you down below, because I think that'd be really interesting, don't you? Don't you want to learn about people? Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.